Hello and welcome to the News Radar. In a major escalation in the Middle East, Iranian State Television was knocked off the air today following a dramatic Israeli airstrike on its facilities in Tehran. The Iranian government quickly condemned the attack, calling it a war crime. The strike came shortly after Israel issued evacuation warnings for large areas of the Iranian capital, claiming it was targeting military infrastructure that could endanger civilians. As the fourth consecutive day of intense cross-border strikes unfolds, tensions between the two nations have reached alarming new heights. The conflict began Friday, when Israel launched a series of surprise strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, killing several high-ranking military commanders. With journalists restricted inside Iran, satellite imagery has confirmed damage to key military and nuclear sites, including a missile base in Bidgana and the uranium conversion facility in Isfahan. Footage circulating on social media shows chaos in the streets of Tehran. Traffic jams have made evacuation efforts nearly impossible. One resident told us Persian that he stayed behind because his entire building had evacuated, and someone needed to watch over neighbors' belongings. Meanwhile, the humanitarian cost is mounting. In the western city of Kermanshah, a hospital was hit in an apparent Israeli strike. Iran claims the facility was not the intended target and that a nearby missile launcher may have drawn the attack. Regardless, civilians are bearing the brunt of this war. In Mashhad, Iran's religious capital, Israeli forces say they targeted refueling aircraft at the local airport, more than 1,400 miles from Israeli territory, marking the longest-range strike of the conflict so far. Iranian officials also claim Israeli operatives are active inside the country. Police say they raided a drone workshop in southern Tehran, where they allege Israeli agents were assembling drones and launching them from pickup trucks. Civilians report no warning sirens or shelters, leaving them defenseless in a war they never asked for. Back in Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised the military's progress, claiming Israeli forces now have full aerial control over Tehran. Overnight, however, Iranian missiles broke through Israeli air defenses, killing at least 8 people in cities including Tel Aviv and Haifa. Israeli leaders argue their campaign is critical to neutralizing threats from Iran's ballistic missiles and nuclear ambitions. The military says a third of Iran's missile launchers have already been destroyed. At an airbase, Netanyahu declared, "We are on the path to victory, eliminating both the missile threat and the nuclear threat." But defense analysts caution that Israel's air campaign may only delay Iran's nuclear capabilities by a matter of weeks or months. A full-scale war, they warn, may be the only way to eliminate the threat completely, a scenario that raises the stakes significantly. For now, Israel's campaign continues without a clear end in sight. With mounting casualties on both sides, the international community is watching closely, concerned that this conflict could spiral even further. We will continue to bring you new updates as more information becomes available. Stay with us for the latest updates.